Good afternoon. Fade to Black breaking news for this Tuesday, July 9th, 2024. This is all of the news that you need. I'm Jimmy Church. How you doing? The heat wave continues. I was just in the chat. I rode today at 9 a.m. It was 100 degrees as I started my ride. I think it was probably 105. About an hour later when I got home. An amazing week on the show this week here on Fade to Black. Last night, Stefan Schwartz with us, one of the best shows. They're all great. But man, last night, that was absolutely amazing. Tonight, Wally Wagner joins us, Wally Wagner Jr., and we're going to be talking about UFOs, ET, and the Bible. Tomorrow night, Adam Nimoy is here. That's right, the son of Spock. And we're going to talk about his new book and the documentary For the Love of Spock. And it's going to be an amazing conversation. Tomorrow night, Adam Nimoy is here. Thursday night, Paola Harris is with us. We're going to be talking about UFOs and ETs and where we are today. I'm calling the show UFO Updates. All right, 4 major events coming up in the second half of 2024. In a couple of weeks, I'll be in Miami for the Conscious Awards, the 2024 Conscious Awards, hosted by Giorgio Tsoukalos. Get your tickets below, forbiddenknowledge.com. Then I head to Alaska, Contact at Sea, the Contact at Sea cruise. That is September 6th through the 13th. Again, links are below. When you sign up, use my name. Egypt in October 3rd through the 14th. That's right. Spending my birthday again this year in Luxor. If you want to go to Egypt, get on the waiting list. The links are below. I think there are still a couple of tickets available. There's always changes going on. Get on the waiting list. Head over and sign up for Egypt. And then Peru and Bolivia with Brian Forrester. The latest is, I think there is 1 seat left on that tour for Peru and Bolivia. All 3 of these adventures are life-changing, paradigm-shifting things to do. So come and hang out with me in the second half of 2024. All right, let's get to it. Busy day in the news. Busy day. On this day in history, 1993, British scientists identified the remains of Russia's last Tsar, Nicholas II, his wife, Tsarina Alexandra, and 3 of their daughters using DNA. The bodies were found in a mass grave in 1991. Fader fact. Check this out. France executed a person by guillotine the same year Star Wars A New Hope came out. That's right, 1977. That is your Fader fact. Okay, let's get to the breaking news. Also, there's some breaking news that happened right before the show. I'll have the update tomorrow. The ESA has launched successfully their Ariane 6 rocket after decades of development and delays. The rocket launched today and is now in orbit. It's doing some maneuvers over the next couple of hours and to make the mission totally successful. So it's still in progress. I'll have a full update on that tomorrow. All right. Now, breaking news. Of all currently known temperate exoplanets, LHS 1140b could well be our best bet to one day confirm liquid water on the surface of an alien world beyond our solar system. LHS 1140b orbits a red dwarf star about a fifth of the size of the sun and sits just 48 light years away from Earth in the constellation Cetus. And it lives in its star's Goldilocks zone. Now, check this out. The new James Webb Space Telescope data suggests the exoplanet's mass might be made of between 10 and 20% liquid water, with an ocean around 68 degrees Fahrenheit. This is a big deal. A United Airlines flight landed in Denver yesterday after losing a wheel on takeoff from LAX Airport here in Los Angeles. United Flight 1001, whose equipment was a Boeing 757-200. Departed from Los Angeles at about 7:15 a.m. Pacific time yesterday with 174 passengers and 7 crew members aboard. No injuries were reported. Man, I only want to fly on Airbus. That's it. I've been doing that, I swear. Booking all these flights. Airbus. All right. The sand dunes of Chile's Atacama Desert, the driest place on the planet, have now been blanketed by white and purple blooms in recent days after early rains caused flowers to spring up in the dead of the southern hemisphere winter. The photographs are incredible. The world's largest fusion reactor has finally been assembled, but it won't run for another 15 years, project scientists have announced. The International Fusion Energy Project, otherwise known as ITER, that fusion reactor, consisting of 19 massive coils looped into multiple toroidal magnets, was originally slated to begin its first full test in 2020. Now, scientists say it will fire in 2039 at the earliest. This means that fusion power, of which ITER's tokamak is at the forefront, is very unlikely to arrive in time before I depart this beautiful blue gem we call Earth. But I can still dream, right? Yeah. The crew of a NASA mission to Mars emerged from their craft after a year-long voyage that never left Earth. The 4 volunteer crew members spent more than 12 months inside NASA's first simulated Mars environment at Johnson Space Center in Houston, coming out of the artificial alien environment over the weekend on Saturday at around 5 p.m. Now, 10 went in. Nobody's talking about the missing 6. Probably buried under the craft. I'm just guessing. I don't know anything. I don't have any inside information, but there you go. And finally, I'll leave you with this. The complexity of melodies of the most popular songs each year in the U.S., according to the Billboard year-end singles charts, has decreased since 1950. A study published in Scientific Reports now suggests. The authors, Madeline Hamilton and Marcus Pierce, analyzed the most prominent melodies, usually the vocal melody, by the way, of songs that reached the top 5 positions of the U.S. Billboard year-end singles music charts each year between 1950 and 1922. They found that the complexity of song rhythms and pitch arrangements decreased over this period as the average number of notes played per second increased. They also identified 2 significant decreases in melodic complexity that occurred in 1975 and 2000, along with smaller decreases in 1996. Now, the authors speculate that the melodic changes that occurred in 1975 would represent the rise of new wave, disco, and stadium rock. Yeah. Those occurring in 1996 and 2000 could represent the rise of hip hop or the adoption of digital audio workstations, like Pro Tools, which enabled the repeated playing of audio loops. Now, sure, I find the research fascinating on many levels, but it's flawed. Just go and listen to Miles Davis' 1959 Kind of Blue. Specifically, the song So What? So What has less notes and more emotion than these 2 researchers can handle. Or how about The Blue Danube by Strauss? composed in 1866. Less notes, lots of emotion. The complexity of a melody is up to the listener. Frank Zappa, both modern and, pretty complex, stirred plenty of souls around the world with more notes per minute than anybody, except, Eminem, but that's another story. Madeline Hamilton and Marcus Pierce, who I don't know, but I can guess, they like data. They like numbers. They like software. And there's nothing wrong with that. But they probably have never listened to Van Halen 2 on vinyl. Now, how do I jump to this kind of conclusion? Well, it's simple, actually. If they had listened to Van Halen 2 on vinyl, they wouldn't have written their paper. They would be enjoying music instead. To quote Miles, it's not the notes you play, it's the notes you don't play. Seriously. There you go. There's all the Fade to Black breaking news that you need for this Tuesday, July 9th, 2024. Fade to Black breaking news is produced by Renee Neumann. I'm Jimmy Church. Tonight on the show, Wally Wagner Jr. is with us. We're going to be talking about, I said it all week, go and look at the banner for the show. All right? Tonight, Wally Wagner and myself will be discussing UFOs, ET, and the Bible. But for now, all I've got is Gobekli Tepe.